Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how I put together Anna's dress from the movie Frozen. I also have Elsa's dress and that will be up in a separate video. Alright guys, let's get started. Alright guys, so here are the things you're going to need. This is like a 4-inch gown. It has a heart-shaped top and a little bit ruffly at the bottom. I have quite a few colors here. I have a golden yellow, royal blue, super black or black, sky blue, Kelly green, burgundy. This is a married color, but you can use Wilton or any other brand. This is optional. This is the luster dust that you mix in with like a drop of vodka, and you're going to need something to mix it in, and a very, very tiny, sharp, pointy paintbrush to paint that little tiny yellow detail on her dress, but that is optional. You can just leave it with the golden yellow. Alright guys, let's get started. Okay, I wanted to let you know something about this cookie cutter. It has this one edge here that I don't need or want, and it doesn't have it on the other side, so I want both sides to be solid like this. So with just a sharp knife, go ahead and trim that off. You can use a pizza cutter, but I'll just be careful not to cut into the top part here. So very easily, see if I'm in the shot there, just go ahead and trim this kind of like in a curve, like that. And then I know this part will probably be shorter than this one, so just go ahead and trim a little bit off this part as well. If you want them to be a little bit more even, to cut on both sides. So again, just trim off just a very little part here, curve it to attach it to the top here by the waist. And try to do the same thing on the other side here so they can be even on both sides. And then just go ahead and pull that apart. And then now your cookie will be the same on both sides. That's just a tip I wanted to give you guys. Way you can cut that off before you bake your cookie, and this whole piece will just be gone. Alright guys, so let's go on with the next step. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing we did with Elsa's dress, and that is outline the cookie to make it easier to get your design. So since she has here some type of like a vest or the top black part of her dress, I want to make it easier for me to outline the details and all that, so it'll come out a lot nicer and neater. So she does have sort of like a V neck here, and then I'm gonna make her a little bit of curve here on the sleeve part, because I'm gonna make her cape, and I don't want to make it flat or straight, so I'm gonna make a little bit of a curve, and then I'm gonna curve it back here to give her a waist, because both of them are so thin. So I'm going to give her a nice little hourglass shape their curve, and then I'm going to curve it in here as well, because that's the way that part is made. So then I'm going to go from the tops here and these corners, and then just basically come down. Her dress is not very poofy. It's actually just like a plain dress. Just kind of comes down. So I'm just going to do that. And you don't need to make that line too thick, because just as long as you have something to follow, that'll be fine. So I'm going to do it one more time really quickly. And that's it. So you're basically going to have a design like that. Alright guys, let's move on. So we're going to start off with the easiest part first, and that's just doing the yellow part. And it's just 2 yellow parts. This almost looks like an M. And then this one here looks like a nice V. So that's all we're going to do for the top part. And we're going to let that set and dry before we go on with the black color, because we don't want any of that black to get soaked into the yellow. Okay, so now we're going to put the dress part here, the bottom part, the skirt. Alright, that's the end of part 1. On part 2, I'm going to show you how to make the detail on her dress.